there is a lot to be played for in these next few weeks. Let's welcome in our leader again, Matthew Ross. Matthew, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm still shocked that our previous guest just went after us. What was up with that?
No. I spoke to her off air. She's like, it was an enjoyable segment. Thinks that we're a funny trio of people here.
All right.
I'm still shocked that you picked Steph Michello, though.
Yeah, well, every dog has his day, I guess.
You know what? Next time, we don't intro him as the intern. Let's go ahead. Our next guy, Steph Michello.
All right, fair enough.
I always find there's a soft spot for the interns.
Ah, so he got the pity vote.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Now I know you felt all those times, Matt.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's kick off the background music for our NFL Picks segment. Steph Michello with the games, I hope. Let's go with game number 1, sir.
All right, we have one where I expect two teams to be in the wild card race come the end of the year, and I think it'll be a pretty close matchup. Cincinnati, 3.5-point underdogs at the Washington Redskins.
Matthew, we'll let you go first.
Wow, that's a tough game. Cincinnati obviously look good, but anyone looks good against Cleveland. They're 0-1 on the road, obviously, this year. A lot of people bragged on them what they did against Baltimore, but at one point in that game, third quarter, it was 17-13. I'm going to take a shot here on Washington. I think there's still a learning curve with RG3, and I'll take the points here on the road.
I will take the Bengals. I like the Bengals defense. I think they'll be a lot tougher. We saw a little blueprint of how the Rams played the Redskins last Sunday, and I think Mike Zimmer, the DC for the Bengals, will have a better game plan, more athleticism on that Bengals front seven and back four. So I like the Bengals to win that game. Mark?
I'm going to go with Washington. I think RG3 is the best player on the field, and 3.5 points isn't too much, so I'll take the Redskins.
All right, Steph Michello?
I'm going to go Washington as well. Their home opener, they're going to be fired up, and Robert Griffin III, his first home game, I really like him to get it done here.
And let's clarify again, Matthew Ross, you had who again?
I had the Bengals.
All right, just to make sure.
All right, then Sean Coleman and Mitch both have taken the Redskins as well.
All right, and by the way, anyone go 0-4 last week?
Nobody.
Wow.
Oh, we'll give the overall rankings after our picks here. Game number 2, please.
Game number 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles. Good at winning, but not covering the spread. 4.5-point favorites at the Arizona Cardinals. Both undefeated teams.
All right, Matthew, you are leading off this segment again.
The Eagles are favored by 4.5 on the road here. Everyone and their mom's going to take Arizona because of what Arizona did last week against New England. But I'll tell you, I think that really was an anomaly. I'm not a believer in Kevin Kolb nor in John Skelton, whoever ends up being the quarterback there. But I really do think that Philadelphia is due for a full, complete effort here. I'm going to go out on a limb and take the points. I've got a feeling all you guys are going to go with Arizona.
I'm actually going with Philly. You look at the first team to win their first 2 games by a single point, respectively speaking here. Remember, last time Philly played in Arizona, they lost that NFC title game not too long ago. But I do like Philly in this football game. Mark?
I am going to go with Philly. Michael Vick put 300 yards on the Ravens defense, and that Philly defense was able to contain Joe Flacco, Anquan Bolden, Pitta. So, and 4.5 points, keep it within 1 touchdown. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Steph?
I'm a believer in Arizona's defense, but let's not forget Philadelphia's defense has played very well in their 2 games as well. Despite all the turnovers on offense, they've still been winning. That's because their defense has been playing well, and I don't like the matchup of Kevin Kolb going up against them, so I'll take the Eagles on the road.
And the other 2 picks?
Sean and Mitch both have the Eagles, so we have a unanimous Philadelphia pick.
Majority Eagles pick. Game number 3, please.
We have the Houston Texans, 1.5-point favorites on the road at the Denver Broncos.
Say it properly, please. The Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
Matthew Ross, you're up first, please.
Boy, this is tough going against my Broncos, but I'll tell you what, I'm 0-2 picking the Texans games because I keep going against them. I got to take Houston here. I know it's mile high. I know Peyton Manning will rebound, but it is a short week coming off their Monday Night Football loss, and I do think that Houston is hitting their stride. Not a lot of weaknesses on that team. Give me the Texans.
I agree. I think the Texans right now are playing some good football amongst the undefeateds right now in the NFL. That defense is ferocious. They're very fast. And look at what Wade Phillips can do in a week's time against an offense. And with that much time seeing what Peyton Manning did on Monday Night Football, I'll take the Texans to win the football game. Mark?
I'm also going to go with the Texans. I think the Falcons showed what a team with a multitude of weapons on offense can do to the Broncos, and so I'm going to go with them.
I'm going to go with the Texans as well, just because, the Falcons showed what it takes to stop the Broncos in the first half, and the Texans have an even stronger defense than the Falcons do, so I'll take the Texans on the road, given that it's a very low spread.
And the other two picks?
Sean Coleman, the only one going with the Broncos here, so I guess some bias there, and Mitch Gallo has taken the Texans as well.
Very well, then our next game, please.
Last but not least, the Sunday night game, an AFC Championship rematch. The New England Patriots 2.5-point underdogs, this time at Baltimore, unlike the past few games, which always seem to have been at New England.
All right, Matthew, you are up first.
Yeah, I can't see New England losing a couple games in a row. I think that had New England won this past week, you'd see a much different spread, and so you're getting a bargain right now to take the Pats. You know, they have a young defense, a lot of active players on that side. They have Ridley, a new young running back as well. I think Tom Brady gets things going here, and I do like the New England Patriots here. I think Baltimore's also battling a lot of injuries.
I'm going to take the Ravens, actually. I think the run game for them is going to be key in this football matchup against New England. New England has a terrible run defense, albeit, though, minus a big play from last week on Ryan Williams on the forced fumble by Brandon Spikes. But I do like the Ravens, especially at home, where they've played New England very tough in years past. So give me the Ravens to win that football game. Mark?
I'm also going to take the Ravens. I don't see Baltimore losing two straight, especially now the Pats are losing Aaron Hernandez. I think that's going to be a huge loss. I don't think Kellen Winslow is going to make an immediate impact there. And so in less than a field goal, no, I'll take the Ravens.
All right, then, Steph?
You've seen all these games the past years between these teams. It's always been at New England. They've always been close games. I mean, the Ravens probably should have won in the AFC Championship. They're at home. They play really well at home, almost unbeatable the last couple of seasons. So I'm going to take the Ravens here at less than a field goal.
And the other two?
The other two have both taken New England.
All right, then. So let's to clarify, what were Matthew's picks again, Steph Michella, just to make sure we're on the same page?
All right, I'll speak very slowly.
All right.
Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Houston, New England.
You got that, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for week one's, check of the tape, the vlog, to
we'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
And the overall standings so far, Steph Michella.
All right, well, this will be hard to believe, but Sean Coleman is tied for first place at 5-3 with Mitch Gallo.
It's a marathon, my friend.
So the two guys who aren't here every week are the ones in the lead. Meanwhile, I'm at 4-4, whereas Matthew, you, Mo, and Mark are all at 3-5.
Asterisk.
Yeah, it should be 2-6 for Matthew, I think. Anyway, Matthew, no, this is our last segment together for the week. What do you have lined up for Sunday's show, my friend?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, NFL recap, I would guess, right?
Yeah, no, what happens on Sunday is a whole lot of fun with those 4 o'clock games still going on by the time we hit the air at 6 o'clock. So we should have a lot of live look-ins in terms of the scores, the stats. Stefano will have your injury report, and we'll update everyone, of course, on what's happening in the baseball races as well. Mo Khan, good hosting.
Thank you. I'm actually looking forward to you guys recapping the riveting Jacksonville-Indianapolis game for Sunday afternoon. Can't wait.
All right. Well, I assume the rest of the Tonight Show is just going to be a preview of Midnight Snack in like less than 48 hours?
We are going to do a Champions League recap, actually.
No soccer.
Well, you're technically speaking, you're not here, and,
What's next, the cricket report?
You know what? The 2020 tournament started today, actually, in Sri Lanka, so we can talk about that as well. Zimbabwe played Sri Lanka, first game of the day.
Fantastic.
Matthew, thank you very much for staying up this late.
Shut up. I host the show every week.
I know you do, but technically speaking, Steph, Michelle, Mark, and I are co-hosting this show today. We're a tripod of co-hosts over here.
All right.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you Sunday, or speak to you on Sunday.
Yep.
All right,
Thanks.
pal.